Welcome everyone to a trip down memory lane. We're about to relive the top 10 greatest cricket matches of all time. These aren't just matches, they're stories, they're legends, etched in cricketing folklore. From nail-biting finishes that left us on the edge of our seats to historic moments that redefined the game, these matches have left an indelible mark on the sport. So, buckle up as we rewind the clock and relive the magic, the drama, the sheer brilliance of these cricketing epics. The Ashes, England and Australia, a rivalry for the ages, and in 2005 it reached a fever pitch. The second test at Edgbaston was a microcosm of that epic series, tense, fiercely contested, every run worth its weight in gold. Australia, the seemingly invincible force, had England on the ropes. But then, like a phoenix from the ashes, England rose, led by the brilliance of Andrew Flintoff. His spell of 7 for 46 in the second innings was the stuff of legends, but Australia wouldn't go down without a fight. They clawed their way back, taking the game to the wire. The tension was palpable, every ball a potential match winner. England needed wickets, Australia runs. As the shadows lengthened, the impossible seemed within reach. Could Australia pull off a miracle? In the end, it came down to the final over. 2 runs needed, 1 wicket in hand. The tension was unbearable, the crowd on its feet, every eye glued to the action. And then it happened. A thick edge, a catch in the slips, and England had won by the skin of their teeth, a mere 2 runs. The celebrations were wild, the relief palpable. Edgbaston had witnessed history. This wasn't just about the result. It was about the context, the history, the sheer drama that unfolded over those 5 days. It was a match that reignited the Ashes rivalry, a match that reminded us why we love this game. The 2019 World Cup final. Lord's, the home of cricket, was the stage for a spectacle that left the cricketing world in awe. England and New Zealand, 2 teams at the pinnacle of their powers, locked in a battle for the ages. The atmosphere was electric, the tension palpable as the match ebbed and flowed. New Zealand, led by the calm assurance of Kane Williamson, set England a challenging target. The chase was a rollercoaster ride, with twists and turns at every corner. Ben Stokes, England's talismanic all-rounder, played one of the greatest World Cup innings ever, carrying his team to the brink of victory. And then controversy struck. A freak overthrow, the ball deflecting off Stokes' bat and racing to the boundary. 6 runs awarded, the scores level. The match headed into a super over, the first ever in a World Cup final. The tension was almost unbearable. England batted first, setting a target that seemed within New Zealand's grasp. But once again, the match went down to the wire. The final ball, a desperate dive, a run-out attempt, and England emerged victorious, their boundary count proving decisive. Heartbreak for New Zealand, but for England, pure ecstasy. They were world champions, fulfilling a dream that had eluded them for generations. The 2019 World Cup final wasn't just a match, it was an epic, a testament to the spirit of cricket and a reminder that sometimes even the impossible can happen. Eden Gardens, Kolkata, 2001. A test match that transcended the boundaries of sport, becoming a symbol of resilience, of fighting spirit. India, trailing 0-1 in the series against a dominant Australian side, was staring down the barrel. Follow-on enforced, they were on the verge of another demoralising defeat. And then, VVS Laxman and Rahul Dravid walked out to bat. What followed was an innings of sheer brilliance, a partnership that would be etched in cricketing folklore. Laxman, with his wristy elegance, and Dravid, the epitome of grit and determination, defied the Australian attack and the weight of expectations. Runs flowed, records tumbled, and India's hopes soared. The crowd at Eden Gardens, known for their passionate support, roared their approval, urging their heroes on. Laxman, batting with supreme confidence, reached a magnificent 281, a score that would forever be linked with this iconic ground. Dravid, the ever-reliable, played the perfect foil, scoring a gritty 180. Their partnership of 376 runs changed the course of the match, and indeed, the series. India, inspired by their heroics, went on to win the Test match and level the series. The 2001 Kolkata Test was a testament to the never-say-die spirit of Indian cricket. It was a match that reignited the belief of a nation, a match that showed the world that India could fight back no matter the odds. 1983, Lord's, the World Cup final. India, the underdogs, facing the mighty West Indies, the undisputed kings of cricket. Few gave India a chance. The West Indies, with their fearsome pace attack and explosive batting lineup, seemed invincible. But cricket, as they say, is a funny game. India, inspired by Kapil Dev's charismatic leadership, rose to the occasion. Batting first, they were bowled out for a paltry 183, a target that seemed well within the West Indies' reach. However, on that glorious day, the Indian bowlers had other ideas. They bowled with discipline and fire, exploiting the conditions to perfection. The West Indies batsmen, unaccustomed to such resistance, crumbled under pressure. Wickets tumbled, and India inched closer to an improbable victory. The tension was palpable, the crowd at Lord's on the edge of their seats. And then the final wicket fell, sparking wild celebrations among the Indian players and fans. India had done the unthinkable. They had defeated the mighty West Indies to lift the World Cup. It was a victory that transcended sport, a victory that inspired a generation of cricketers and united a nation in celebration. The 1999 World Cup semi-final between Australia and South Africa at Headingley will forever be etched in cricketing folklore as one of the most dramatic and controversial matches ever played. The stakes were high, with a place in the final up for grabs. Australia, led by the astute Steve Waugh, were the favourites. But South Africa, boasting a formidable lineup that included the likes of Herschel Gibbs and Lance Klusener, were determined to make their mark. The match seesawed back and forth, with both teams holding the upper hand at different stages. Chasing Australia's total, South Africa needed 9 runs off the final over, with the dangerous Klusener at the crease. What followed was a nerve-wracking sequence of events. Klusener, batting with power and precision, smashed 2 boundaries off the first 3 balls, leaving South Africa needing 1 run off 3 balls. Then came the turning point. A mix-up in the middle of the pitch resulted in a run-out, leaving Klusener stranded at the non-striker's end. With the scores tied, the match headed into a super over. In a cruel twist of fate, Australia, by virtue of their superior net run rate in the tournament, progressed to the final. South Africa, despite their valiant efforts, were left heartbroken. The 1999 World Cup semi-final was a stark reminder of the fine margins that can decide the fate of a match. It was a match that had it all: brilliant batting, inspired bowling, and a controversial finish that left everyone talking. 1975 Lord's, the inaugural Cricket World Cup final, a historic occasion, a landmark moment in the evolution of the game. West Indies, the team that would go on to dominate world cricket for the next decade and a half, faced Australia, a team eager to establish their own legacy. The West Indies, led by the charismatic Clive Lloyd, boasted a formidable batting lineup that included the likes of Viv Richards, Gordon Greenidge and Alvin Kallicharran. Australia, captained by Ian Chappell, were no pushovers either, with players like Dennis Lillee, Jeff Thompson and Greg Chappell in their ranks. The match itself was a tense affair, with both teams battling hard for supremacy. West Indies, batting first, posted a competitive total thanks largely to a magnificent century from Rohan Kanhai. Australia, in reply, got off to a solid start but lost wickets at regular intervals. The West Indies bowlers, led by the fiery pace of Andy Roberts, kept chipping away and eventually bowled Australia out for a below-par total. West Indies emerged victorious, becoming the first ever Cricket World Cup champions. It was a victory that heralded the dawn of a new era in cricket, an era dominated by the sheer brilliance and dominance of the West Indies team. The 2011 World Cup final, the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, a cauldron of noise and expectation. India, chasing their second World Cup title, faced Sri Lanka, a team determined to create their own history. The atmosphere was electric, the tension palpable as the match unfolded. Sri Lanka, batting first, posted a challenging total thanks to a brilliant century from Mahela Jayawardene. India, in reply, lost early wickets, putting immense pressure on their middle order. But then Gautam Gambhir and MS Dhoni, 2 of India's most experienced campaigners, steadied the ship with a composed partnership. Gambhir, with his trademark grit and determination, scored a magnificent 97, laying the foundation for India's chase. Dhoni, cool and composed as ever, took charge, guiding India closer to the target. As the tension mounted, Dhoni unleashed his trademark power hitting, smashing sixes with disdain. The crowd at the Wankhede erupted in joy as Dhoni hit the winning runs, a towering six over long on. India had done it. They were world champions once again, fulfilling the dreams of a billion people. It was a victory that transcended sport, a victory that united a nation in celebration. Sharjah, 1998. The desert heat was relentless, but it paled in comparison to the firestorm that Sachin Tendulkar unleashed on the Australian bowling attack. The occasion was the final of the Sharjah Cup, and Tendulkar was in a mood to make a statement. Australia, boasting a formidable bowling lineup that included the likes of Shane Warne and Damien Fleming, had no answers to Tendulkar's brilliance. He treated the Australian bowlers with disdain, smashing them to all parts of the ground. Sixes rained down, boundaries flowed, and the scoreboard kept ticking at an alarming rate. Tendulkar's innings was a masterclass in batting, a display of power, precision, and sheer genius. He reached his century off just 78 balls and then accelerated further, reaching his 150 off just 111 balls. The Australian bowlers were left shell-shocked, the crowd at Sharjah in awe of what they were witnessing. Tendulkar's innings of 143 off 131 balls, studded with 9 fours and 5 sixes, is widely regarded as one of the greatest ODI innings of all time. It was an innings that showcased his immense talent and cemented his status as a cricketing legend. 2007, Johannesburg, the inaugural ICC World 2020 final. India, led by the young and dynamic MS Dhoni, faced their arch-rivals Pakistan in a match that would capture the imagination of millions around the world. The atmosphere was electric, the tension palpable as the two teams took the field. India, batting first, posted a competitive total thanks to a brilliant half-century from Gautam Gambhir. Pakistan, in reply, got off to a steady start but lost wickets at regular intervals. The Indian bowlers, led by the wily Irfan Pathan, kept chipping away and eventually bowled Pakistan out for a below-par total. India emerged victorious, becoming the first ever ICC World 2020 champions. It was a victory that heralded the arrival of a new force in world cricket, a team that would go on to dominate the shortest format of the game for years to come. The 2007 World 2020 final was a watershed moment in Indian cricket. It was a victory that captured the imagination of a nation, a victory that inspired a generation of young cricketers. The 1996 World Cup quarter-final between India and Pakistan at Bangalore was more than just a cricket match. It was a clash of titans, a battle for bragging rights, a contest that transcended the boundaries of sport. The atmosphere was electric, the tension palpable as the two teams took the field. India, batting first, posted a competitive total thanks to a brilliant century from Navjot Singh Sidhu. Pakistan, in reply, got off to a solid start but lost wickets at regular intervals. The Indian bowlers, led by the experienced Venkatesh Prasad, kept chipping away and eventually bowled Pakistan out for a below-par total. India emerged victorious, setting up a semi-final clash with Sri Lanka. The victory was a testament to India's dominance in the tournament, and it cemented their status as one of the favourites to lift the trophy. The 1996 World Cup quarter-final between India and Pakistan was a classic encounter, a match that showcased the passion, the intensity, and the sheer brilliance of cricket. Well, there you have it, folks. A trip down memory lane, reliving 10 of the greatest cricket matches ever played. From nail-biting finishes to historic triumphs, these matches had it all. Drama, passion, and moments of sheer brilliance that will forever be etched in our memories. Thanks for joining us on this journey through cricket history. We hope you enjoyed reliving these epic encounters as much as we did. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing sports content. Until next time, keep the spirit of cricket alive.